Biology Part 138. Bone. The matrix produced by bone forming cells and the noteblast is called osteoid. It contains collagen and osteoconnections proteins, which are thought to act as sites for the growth of inorganic crystals. At first, the osteoid matrix is inorganic crystal, and at first the osteoid matrix is uncalcified but insoluble minerals are rapidly deposited from the blood. The commonest bone minerals are the dihydroxyapatites formed from calcium and phosphate ions. These have the general formula of Ca10PO4 OH2 and forms an extremely hot crystalline matrix. Other ions including carbonate, magnesium and fluoride may also contribute to home structure. Once trapped in hot matrix, bone cells, now called osteocytes, are unable to divide. Each occupies a small space and lacuna, as in the case of cartilage. But unlike the chondrocytes and osteocytes are linked to the neighboring cells by cytoplasmic thread, which lie inside the tiny channels known as canaliculi. It might be thought that the bone tissue would become permanent once formed. Nothing could be further from the truth. A second type of the bone cells, called osteoclasts, continually crowd bone matrix. The osteoclasts are large multi-cellate cells similar to the macrophages. Like other macrophages, they develop from monocytes. Working in small groups, the osteoids tunnel through bone, leaving the cavities which are invaded by blood capillaries and new bone forming of the osteoblasts. This process is illustrated in the figure. Within the tunnel, new bone matrix is laid down in concentric rings, forming an arrangement known as Harvesian system. The result of the activity are clearly seen in the section of this tutorial and figures provided. Note that new tunnels have complete Harvesian systems, while older systems may have been cut through and partly destroyed. The factors which regulate the balance between the bone structures the factors which regulate the balance between the bone destruction and rebuilding are not fully understood, but it does appear that the osteoblast and the osteoclast are able to respond to the mechanical stresses so that the shapes of the bones are determined by the land, and they are determined by the land, and that's what it is all about. While their disuse results in weakness, in this way, the bones of the skeleton are constantly remodeled. In an adult mammal, 5 to 10% of the bone is replaced each year. It does not seem surprising that every person has a skeleton of the current size and proportions to provide support, but you should appreciate the we can appreciate that this can only be achieved by means of sophisticated internal control mechanism.